Welcome to Bedtime Stories with Taya. All stories are original and copyrighted, written and read by Taya Indira. Tonight's story is Under the Oak Tree on a Full Moon Night. Have you ever heard the tinkling? That faint, silvery sound that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. When the moon hangs round and full in the sky like a lantern? Have you ever spotted a tiny blink of light in the garden and thought it was just a firefly? Perhaps it was, but perhaps it wasn't. Because if you're very lucky and very quiet, you might just catch a glimpse of what really happens under the big old oak tree when the moon is full. That's when the fairies come out to play. Not the sweet, glittery kind you see on stickers and birthday cards. These are real fairies. They wear cloaks stitched from moss and boots made from curled acorn caps. They move quickly, dancing and darting, blinking in and out of sight like moonlight through leaves. They gather beneath the oak, always an oak, never a pine or a palm, because oaks are old and wise and full of stories. The fairies know this. So do the night nymphs and the moon capers, and all the other magical beings who meet beneath the branches to celebrate the festival of light. Have you ever noticed the tiny acorn shells scattered around an old oak tree? Sometimes they're still attached, but sometimes they lie open, almost arranged in a circle, nestled in the moss like forgotten teacups. These are the cauldrons. This is where the fairies make their midnight potions. Dewdrop broth, petal sparkle, and drops of honey delivered by the bees for this special occasion. And if you're especially lucky, you might even glimpse a moon caper. What is a moon caper? Now we're getting to the best parts. A moon caper is a tiny superhero of the night, part dream catcher, part mischief maker, and entirely invisible to most humans. They live curled up inside morning glories, those soft trumpet-shaped flowers that bloom early and glow with a light that isn't quite sunlight. But here's the thing, you must never pick a morning glory. If you do, it will wilt in your hand. That's because they draw their magic from deep in the earth, through roots and vines and secrets you cannot see. Some things are meant to be admired, not held. The morning glory is one of them. On full moon nights, when the stars twinkle like diamonds and the air is thick with moonlight, the morning glories begin to stir. Slowly, gently, the flowers open wider than usual, and the moon capers begin to wake. They stretch their arms. They yawn tiny yawns. They shake the pollen from their wings, then, one by one, they rise from the glowing petals and take flight. At first, they simply tumble through the air, swooping, flipping, somersaulting with glee. But soon, their mission begins. You see, mooncapers have a very important job. They catch bad dreams. Each mooncaper carries a pouch around their waist and a net that glows faintly like a sparkler on New Year's Eve. They zip through the night, invisible to grown-up eyes, searching for dreams gone sour. These are the dreams that sneak into bedrooms and try to curl into children's minds while they sleep. When a mooncaper spots a bad dream, something black and wispy like smoke, sometimes spiky like a burr, they give chase. They laugh, they loop, they flash their wings, and then swoosh, they scoop the dream into their net and quickly tip it into their pouch. You'd be amazed how many dreams can fit into one tiny pouch. Most dreams don't struggle. They slip in quietly like secrets. But some dreams, the really bad ones, put up a fight. These need 2, sometimes 3 mooncapers working together. They shine their lights at it, they chase it across rooftops, and at last, when it's caught, they stuff it deep into the pouch with a pop and a puff. If you're ever awake during a full moon and hear a soft plop, plop, plop outside your window, don't worry. That's the sound of bad dreams being taken far, far away. Once the night is safe again and the children are wrapped in only the softest, sweetest dreams, the mooncapers return to the oak tree. There the fairies and nymphs are waiting. The broth is warm. The sweet petal fizz sends bubbles right into the air, and music begins. Cricket string fiddles and dewdrop drums. They dance, all of them, even the mooncapers, though they're very tired by now. One especially tiny mooncaper, his name is Lint, always falls asleep mid-dance. The fairies carry him to a curled leaf and tuck him in with a spiderweb blanket. As dawn begins to stretch her golden fingers across the sky, the party winds down. The fairies flutter into hollows, the nymphs dive into puddles. The mooncapers return to their morning glories, which close gently around them, wrapping them in the softest blanket imaginable. And the oak tree stands still again, watching, waiting. Later that day, if you wander into the garden, you might find something curious beneath the tree. An acorn cup with a shimmer at the bottom. A petal that glows a little too long to be ordinary. A thimble-sized footprint pressed into moss. If you do, smile. You were visited. But remember, do not pick the morning glories, and don't tell anyone where the mooncapers sleep. That's our little secret. The next full moon isn't far away, when the time for magic, music, dance and celebrations of the night begin again. Sleep sweet, little angel. Tuck your toes in and ease into your pillow. It's time for rest. Tomorrow is another day, a day filled with as much magic as the night before. But that, my friend, is a story for another time.